Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. Guys, just a quick little intro before we dive into your coin. If you don't want to hear the intro, click down below on the timestamp, skip forward to your coin, no problem. I just want to let you know a little bit about me and the channel and what we do here, guys. I'm going to keep it real with you. First and foremost, I don't care about the fundamentals of your coin. I know some of you are going to give me some hate mail down below and tell me how your coin's the latest, greatest thing. It's going to 1000x tomorrow, and that's great. But I'll be honest, guys, I don't care. I don't care at all. I trade based upon and invest based upon technicals, okay? Do you have any idea how many times I've heard a coin's narrative say, we're going to cure cancer, we're going to solve world hunger, and it doesn't live up to the hype? So you have to fall back on the technicals in the event that it doesn't play out the way you think it's going to, or the way some moon boys have convinced you it's going to, okay? And if it does play out, great, that's just a bonus. But if it doesn't, what can you realistically expect from a retrace level or a breakout level based upon technical analysis? And that's what we're trying to give here. You should know that I skip sensitivity trading. I don't care. I'm not here to sugarcoat and dance around your feelings. I'm here to keep it real with you because this is your investment. This is your life savings. You should appreciate someone willing to shoot you straight, okay? I've been here for 3 bull runs and now on my 3rd bear market. And I'm not saying that I'm always right, but I do play the higher probability. So I'm going to be right way more than I'm wrong, okay? It's like a casino. They don't win every hand, but they stick to higher probability games. And in the long run, they win way more than they lose. Just like in our Discord, which by the way, slide on over there, AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. Join the VIP Discord. We have mentorship programs, all sorts of good things to help you out. But in the VIP Discord, my goal starting February 1st with the Discord was to grow altcoin bags through spot trading. So we made an initial investment and we were going to try to 10x our holdings before the next cycle. So far, we have 4x them and we have some really big altcoin bags. So if we can 10x our holdings and then ride that wave up, we've made 10 times more money than we would have without investing a single penny more. So if that sounds good to you, head on over there, AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. Other than that, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're going to continue these altcoin videos throughout the next cycle. Love to have you around. Let's dive into your coin. All right, y'all, taking a look at XRP. I am on the weekly Bitstamp chart. Now, guys, I know some of you skipped the intro, so let me repeat. I know XRP is the latest, greatest thing. It's going to $1 billion. It's going to this. I don't care. I don't care. We're going to look at this from a purely technical standpoint, and I encourage you to look at this with an open mind, okay? I know XRP has been going to $10 for about 10 years now, and it has yet to crack above $4. So I'm not saying it can't. I'm not saying it won't. I just encourage you to look at the technicals and be prepared just in case XRP does not do what all the XRP army has been claiming it's going to do for over a decade now, okay? That's all I'm saying, okay? Let's dive on in. And I'm not a hater of XRP. I'm a realist. So let's look at things. Back in 2018, you set a price high of $3.31, $38 billion circulating supply, and $120 billion market cap, okay? Now, we enter a bear market, and then we have the lawsuit nonsense, all the drama, blah, blah, blah. So your next cycle was very muted, very underwhelming, and it's not XRP's fault. It was, had the cloud of the lawsuit on it. So I kind of don't even consider this, right? And then we come down to another bear market, and then we come to last cycle, and you finally take out your price all-time high, and you set a new all-time high of $3.65. Now here's where it gets interesting. You got a market cap of 216 billion and a circulating supply of 59 billion coins, okay? So you barely took out your price all-time high, but you almost doubled your market cap. So XRP was more bullish than price reflected, okay? Why is that? You didn't double your price, right? You didn't go to 650, even though you almost doubled your market cap. So why is that? It's because you unlocked over 20 billion coins, right? You flooded the market with coins. Looking at today, you have a price of about $1.14, $62 billion circulating supply, so even more coins than you had at your peak in 2025. and a $71 billion market cap. Fast forward to next cycle, we anticipate the cycle high being in 2029. So this may be a little different if you top a little later or a little sooner, but it's going to be pretty close. And at that time, you'll have approximately 72 billion coins on the market, which is almost double what you had back in cycle 1 at $3.30, okay? So if you did the same, you'd have to do twice as much market cap here to get to the same price. So pretty big tall order there. I do think XRP is bullish and it's going to stay bullish, but let's look at your supply. This is what the problem with XRP is. Here, the bottom orange line is where your coins were in 2018 high, then 2025 high, and then next cycle high. And you can see it's just a steady stream of increased coins. And what that does, it causes market dilution, okay? It waters your price down, even though looking at the market cap of XRP is steadily increasing, but your price is barely going higher, okay? Your market cap from your first all-time high in 2018 to last cycle was up 70%. You did 70% more market cap, but your price only went up by about 10%. Okay, so it's being held down by token unlocks, and it's going to get even worse as you have 72 billion coins on the market next cycle. So how can we project a next cycle high? First of all, you cannot throw a Fibonacci on price when you have this much unlocks going on, okay? Price is not linear because your supply is not the same. So Fibonacci would not be accurate. However, it is linear on market cap because you can't add coins to a market cap, right? So it is linear there. And let's skip the middle cycle because you had the lawsuit. So it's just the coin didn't behave, in my opinion, how it would have behaved short of the lawsuit. So let's fib your previous all-time high market cap to bear market low, and you can see once the lawsuit was gone, you retrace to the 1.618 Fibonacci level, okay? That's where XRP made it to, the 1.618. All right, so let's take that info, and let's assume XRP is still bullish, and I believe that it is, both fundamentally and technically, and we're going by technicals this video, but you can see on market cap, you have a clear higher high in market cap and a series of higher lows, so you are maintaining bullish posturing from a technical standpoint. So let's fib last cycle's high to current bear market low. All right, and these are your retrace levels, and this is important, guys. A lot of coins do not set new highs on price or market cap. So you want to assume, listen to me, this could save you a round tripping of your bags. Assume that you're not going to do that, okay? Assume you're just going to retrace maybe to the golden pocket and then head down, because that could happen, okay? Do I think that's likely to happen with XRP? No, I don't, but it could happen, okay? And what you would do is you take your market cap amount, so in this case, $160 billion, and you divide that by your circulating supply, which in XRP's case will be 72 billion. And I've done all this for you, and here are your retrace levels. If you were just to retrace to these levels, just to retrace, for example, that golden pocket that we just looked at, your price would be $2.20, okay? That's if you were just to retrace on market cap, okay? If you did just what you did last cycle, okay, this shows token dilution. Last cycle, if you do the same market cap, your price is going to be $3, whereas you did about $3.60 in the last cycle. So already about 20% less in price if you do the same. So in order to hit your all-time high price, you're going to have to beat last cycle's market cap by about 20%. So here is my prediction for, and keep in mind, from cycle, in between your previous cycle high and this cycle's high, you went to the 1.618. And I think you're going to go somewhere around there again. I'm going to predict XRP does a $300 billion market cap, which is going to give you a price of $4.16. That is just shy of your 1.618. That is an increase, though, so it is still a bullish coin. You're going to increase your market cap by my projection by about 40%, okay? That's a pretty big increase, guys. So 40% increase in market cap, price prediction of $4.16, but I am prepared for these lower levels in the event that XRP does not return there. And even if you think it's going here, and even if it does, you should still be aware of these levels because you can oftentimes trade these to accumulate them. For example, if you came up to the 0.5 and you saw resistance, which you can see is a clear support resistance flip here, and you find resistance and get a reaction, you could spot sell here, right? Sell your bags, write it back down wherever it goes, and then rebuy, accumulating more coins here, and then ride it up to, say, the 786. If you find resistance there, you could sell and then come back and spot buy. So you're picking up more coins for free and then riding it up to your ultimate target wherever you think that may be. That is a good way to accumulate. So even if you don't think it's going to just go to a retrace level and go to a bear market, you could still use these levels. In fact, I think you're going to get a shot at lower prices. This is a big imbalance on XRP, okay? Huge imbalance, wonderful pump. I do think you're going to recover most of that. I look for XRP, especially if Bitcoin rolls over in Q4 like it always does. I do look at XRP to come on down, and I think you're going to get a shot at a minimum of about an 80, 85 cent XRP. So if you can get that and then ride it up to our price prediction of $4.16, you could be looking at something in the neighborhood of about a 5x on XRP, but that's from down here at about 80 cents, okay? And you can do the math if you go lower or don't quite go that low, but that's my projection. I think we see an 80 cent XRP in this bear market, and we ride it up to $4.16. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of my prediction. And again, I don't care about the fundamentals. I don't care about any of that. This is what the technicals are saying to me. If you get better than that, great. That's awesome. It's just a bonus. I think XRP is a good coin with a lot of token unlocks, and that is unfortunate for price. But it's still a good investment, guys. A 5-6x is still a good return on your investment. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't really care. Subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you. We're going to do regular XRP and other altcoin updates. So drop a comment below if you want me to check out your coin. I will be happy to do so. I'll see you guys next time.